everybody.
Hi guys.
Kate and Les here, back for our long-awaited update. Well, we hope it was long-awaited.
It was. You guys were totally waiting for it on the edge of your seats.
You missed us.
Well, we're back.
We are. So it's been a while. I know we did a lot of videos before we were live, if you will. Our last video was an update on our first month. And we went radio silent because we were busy hustling. We were like, you know what, we need to let people know what's going on.
Yep, rated it. And so we're going to share that with you. And then another topic that we thought was super important was how we work as a partnership. Because we know a lot of people sign on as partners. And we have some pointers that we've learned along the way and things that we really think make a great partnership. So we wanted to share that with you as well.
Absolutely. So we're going to start by giving you updates on how we've been. And we've always really prided ourselves in being very transparent, because when we were looking for if this is something we wanted to do, it was hard to find people who are honest with their numbers. And not like everybody needs to tell you, hey, I made this much money. I mean, we don't want to give any numbers to seem tacky or braggadocious anyway. We want to let you know.
It's good to know
what's real.
What's real and what people are doing, because it's a big investment.
It is.
So I know that's something we looked at a lot.
We searched for.
Yeah, really. So we'll keep you updated. I'll go into that. So we started in November 19th. So we shared our November numbers in the previous video. December was our first full month, and we did close to $4,900 in December, which we thought was great. Mm-hmm. It was kind of a slower month than we anticipated. I think we thought we'd get a bigger boost from the holidays and just being new. We didn't get that, and it was fine.
I think we also didn't really know what kind of goals to set for ourselves, so we didn't really have anything quantifiable yet at that point.
And then starting in the new year, we're like, look, we want to grow, and we want to grow smartly. So we didn't set any goals that were, through the roof. I mean, we set stretch goals, of course, because you have to constantly push yourself. But we didn't set anything that if we didn't, we wanted to be able to reach a goal, and we wanted it to be a good goal still. So we did a lot of goal setting, and January and February we met both goals. So
we crushed them.
January we did 6,000, a little over 6,000, and then February we did a little over 8,500, which was an awesome month. We felt really good about it. It was a short month. We learned some things along the way, how to set projections, which we can go into with some of the points that we talk about as a partnership. But yeah, we feel really good about that. I mean, think about it. December being our first full month, doing 4,900, and then 2 months later doing 8,500. I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a 75% growth. So we're proud of it. We cheers, we toasted. We're gonna keep going though, and we're really excited about it. We have some good things coming up in the next few months. So
we're celebrating the victories, but like Les said, we're gonna keep growing, and we have a lot of goals ahead that we still have to hit.
Yep, because we want to cruise qualify. Oh, and as a partnership, you have to cruise qualify. You have to hit 12,000 for 6 months, 6 consecutive months, and as a partnership, and to get 2 separate cabins, you have to do that twice. So essentially a year, you have to qualify $12,000. So we are getting there, and we're doing it because that's where we want our business to be.
And mamas want to cruise.
Mamas want to cruise, and I think if mamas went on a cruise without the dads.
I know. I told my husband the other day, he said, well, you guys do work hard. I was like, okay. I think you're just saying that because you get seasick.
And my
God
husband,
love it.
And my husband would be like, what? You're not going, I'm not going.
And they're brothers.
But always different. So with that, we could go into a little bit of the things that we think make a really good partnership and are really important to having a good partnership. So the first thing, huge, it's the foundation for everything that you will do. Goal setting and your priorities, because you have to talk about that. So some of the things, how you're going to split up the investment. We did 50-50, we both put in half. You have to talk about how you want to pay it back. You want to talk about time frames you want to pay it back. You have to talk about strategy. If your strategy is, hey, I have to pay this back, or if you want to invest it in inventory. We decided to invest it in inventory, and we were on the same page with that, which is so important.
So important to be on those same pages
Exactly.
prior to
Yep.
starting, because we know of many different partnerships that have crumbled or had a lot of issues
They didn't
because
think,
of it.
yeah. And we're both from the same school of thought. We're very cash based, which was a lot of money to put up front, but we're not in on anybody's timeline. It's our
Right.
timeline.
Right.
So we don't know anybody anything.
No one's
We're,
charging us
yeah, we're not
interest.
rushing to beat interest rates. So that was also a good thing to be on the same page about. You have to decide when's the time frame you want to take profit. Like, are you okay if you decide to grow inventory waiting to take profit for a few months? You have to decide if that works for you guys.
Mhm.
And then you have to really think about and be on the same page with your partner is if you want this to be more of a business or a hobby. Because
Right.
some people are like, I want something to fulfill my time. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want a business, it's a different, you treat it a different way than if it's a hobby.
Mhm.
So
You eat, breathe, you sleep it, and you enjoy it because it's yours.
you do. Trust me, I've worked for many corporations, and working for myself is like so awesome. So that's one of the first things, the goal settings and making sure you have the same priorities.
So the next thing we're going to talk about is division of tasks. And it works really well for both of us because we have very different skill sets. And it's okay if you have the same skill sets. It's just really important to be able to divide and conquer. So what my background is in social media. I sell social media software. I've always worked in sales and always for tech companies. Prior to this, I had blogs and I was part of tons of like networking events. So social media has always been my forte. I know how to plan content. I know how to engage. I know how to make sure my posts are reaching the kind of audience I want, and really how to measure and track all of that. So I do it every day, so it's just kind of like not only just top of mind, it comes naturally. So I'm able
enjoy
to
it, obviously.
I love it. I love it. She's always like, "Do you mind doing our social media posts?" And I'm like, "This is the stuff I really like doing."
And
So-
she's super creative too.
Thank
So
you.
with like the graphics.
and that's fun for me
Yeah.
too. I love to make graphics. I love to write engaging posts, and so we've been able to really utilize those strengths of mine to be able to make sure that we're public facing and talking to our audience, and making sure we're really building a community, because we don't want to just have a sales group. We want to have a group that feels connected to us. So that's really been my forte. I'm gonna let Les speak on hers because
Yeah, and like what she just talked about, I'm like, God, I struggle. Like, I remember one time she was like, "Can you do our post for the day?" I sat there for like a half hour trying to wordsmith something and make it sound witty and funny, and I'm like, okay. Like, if I had to do this all the time, I'd be like half-assing it. I really would. So my forte and background is in finance and operations. I've worked for a manufacturing company. I've worked for a food chain, and so yeah, day-to-day operations come like that to me. Finance comes pretty naturally. So some of the things I do is I keep track of our inventory on a weekly basis. I have to know what we have. I do our ordering, so I'll look at like we want. It's really important to us to have 8 to 10 of each size available. So if we have dupes, like I just look at our albums and make sure we have that for each style that we carry and size that we carry, because we want to have a lot to offer our customers. I do month-end stuff. I take care of the QuickBooks. By no means am I an expert at accounting, but I can keep up with it.
she's being humble. She's really good at it.
QuickBooks is so easy. I can walk you guys through it. I learned it in a week. But yeah, the month-end stuff, I'm meeting with like our CPA to do taxes. So kind of like the day-to-day I ship, just that kind of stuff. Katie works full-time. Right now I'm at home, so some of those functions naturally just happen. Like if things need to happen, and I can go to the post office, I can do this, I can do XYZ, I can go buy supplies, So what we found was easy is writing down everything that we do so that we can make sure everything's taken care of. and we play to our strengths.
So, and then we work together on the weekends.
And we work together on the weekends. But a lot of it is playing to our strengths. Like, and the division is so easy because it's like, okay, well, that's your world. And then this is my world. But here are some other things that need to be divvied up.
Right.
So you just have to know, too, that everything doesn't necessarily need done right away.
Exactly.
Like, things can wait. And time management is a big deal because you have to remember why you got into this business. I got into it for the flexibility. So you have to, like, remember that and be like, oh, I wanted to spend time with my child today. So if I do that, then I'll do this later.
Right.
So the division of tasks and playing to the strengths are huge because you don't want someone doing something they hate because it's like, then why are you doing this?
Exactly.
So that's a really big deal in working as a partnership.
And then the next one's going to be constant communication. It's so important to be communicating effectively, especially if you have a partnership, because otherwise you're not going to have the same ideas of what's going on. Maybe somebody would be unhappy. I mean, we talk to each other all day long.
More than our husbands.
We
talk to our husbands.
I was just saying to Les before we were filming that, like, my husband, and he's amazing. I love to talk to him, but I'm always like, oh, well, I told you so-and-so, right? And he's like, no, my God, that must have been Leslie. Sorry. But no, in all honesty, we do talk all day to make sure that we are on the same page with things. We don't need to. It's okay if you're not talking all day.
Yeah.
But we do, and we enjoy it. I mean, we talk about other things too. But we also go through, on a monthly level, our calendars, and then even, more casually on a weekly level to make sure we have the same ideas of what's going on, what days of the week, what sales we have, what pop-ups, what days we have open when we want to plan things. If there are days we want to take off, maybe it's a birthday or a trip. I mean, we want to take all that into consideration because it's important that we're both very happy.
Yeah. And with, like, the monthly calendar planning, that goes hand in hand with goal setting.
Yes.
Because we'll go through our calendars and we'll write down our pop-ups, we'll write down our weekly album sales, and then we kind of look for things to fill in the rest. And then for projections and goal setting, we'll put how much we think each event will get us, and then based on what kind of those kind of events have done in the past, and we'll see if we're meeting the goals that we want to. If we don't, we're like, all right, we need to find a multi-consultant that we want to, sign up for, or reach out to XYZ because we need one more pop-up.
Or do a leggings roulette.
Or do little things, or do, like, fun, like you said, other little activities, because we want to reach these goals, and you have to be smart about how you're going to get to these goals. So calendar planning is a huge deal with goal setting.
Absolutely. Then we wanted to touch on how we feel about LulaRoe right now.
Yeah.
Because that's important. I mean, everybody's all rainbow and butterflies in the beginning, and it's like, okay, once the romance has kind of worn off, the puppy dog
love,
whatever you want to call it, that phase is done, how are you feeling? And we are really, really happy. We're very empowered, not only as women, but as business owners.
Well, I've even seen Katie in her day job become more confident in herself because she's confident in the choices she's making in her own business. So, like,
You're right.
Why wouldn't you be more confident in what you're doing in the workplace? So it does. It's like you're like, man, I'm the boss, and like, I can make decisions, and what, the things that I plan and they come to fruition, it's like, I did that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And we've grown so much camaraderie and strength. Sorry, I see a dog tail. So much camaraderie. We've grown so many friendships, not only in our own group of other consultants that we excel with, but also in our community. I mean, we're doing pop-ups weekly mostly, and it gives us, not only as women but as moms, an opportunity to get out and network and meet others when otherwise we'd be home. And we're getting paid to go to parties. We're getting paid to make friends, and it can be hard as moms to make friends. It's definitely
absolutely.
A difficult
It's like
task.
dating all over again.
It's awkward.
It's hard.
And we've made really good friends from our group, so that right there has been a blessing in itself. So, I mean, the friendships, the connections, the networking.
Yeah, and even within our own team of consultants, because we all report to the same upline, it's been amazing to network with other business women, share ideas. Our group is freaking amazing. Like,
thebomb.com.
I mean, when something works for somebody, they can't wait to share it and be like, try this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want everybody to succeed, and it's like,
any competition is completely friendly.
oh my gosh.
Like, where you're like, I'm doing this, do it too. Like,
yeah. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before, because
I didn't expect it.
at all. At all.
And it makes us realize that's the kind of leaders we also strive to be.
Yes. So, we're really happy with our decision 4 months in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of work. At the same time, don't want to lie, it's a lot of work. We work our butts off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I work all day at it. Katie works at her job all day and then comes home and does it. Then we go at it at the weekends. You don't have a day off during the week.
Maybe once every other couple weeks, but not really. But I'm enjoying it.
Right,
like,
because it's like fun work.
Right.
Like, we literally are hanging stuff up and we're like, we're working right now.
Right, we're laughing the entire time. It's amazing.
So it's great. And with that, we'll kind of share with you our next steps of where we're headed. So we continue to add styles. Since we've started in November, we've added 3 styles, and it's March. But through February, we added 3 styles, and it's great. We're looking to keep bulking our inventory. We've been reinvesting our profits still into inventory because we really want to hit that sweet spot between 800 and 1,000 pieces. So that's our main priority. Mm-hmm. We're doing it smartly. We're asking our group what they want. We're playing to the seasons of what people would want, and we're staying smart about having the right amount of inventory in our core line.
We would never just add a style just to add it. I mean, we're being incredibly selective.
Yeah.
And we've even thought about maybe, stopping and not adding a style for a little while if it comes to it. Because we only want to add things we're proud to carry, and we feel that, the pulse in our work would be receptive.
Yeah, because you start to realize what people want.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how it's just natural, like, okay, this is next.
Right.
And then, we are looking to grow a team. We feel like we're finally at that place where, we've been through a quarter of the business. We have confidence in our business. We feel like we're doing the right things. We both have different strengths that we think we can share with a lot of different people. I don't know, what else do you...
Yeah, like Leslie said, we've spent a quarter of the year already doing this, and in that period of time, we've really been able to get a good grasp on how LulaRoe works, how to do it smartly, how to be successful, how to really have concrete ideas and work with them, yet while having concrete ideas remaining fluid.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is, and we've learned how to engage, how to strategize. Like Leslie said, how to plan what you need to hit your goals. So we are at a point where we feel we have, we're ready to grow our team. We have a lot we can offer. We are excited to impart that knowledge on others because we want to advocate and help other women to feel the kind of empowerment we have, and also have that kind of camaraderie, not only with us, but with their community around them. So
it is. It's just a great way to connect.
Yeah.
It's on top of making money and selling clothes. It's just connections, and it's blessing people's lives. It's just there's a lot of good.
There's so much good. And if any of you want to join us, or if you want to even just ask questions,
absolutely.
We've done that so much for so many women. A lot of partnerships that want to know how we've been so successful at maintaining our partnership and growing together. So we're happy to answer questions. Let us know.
Because it's a big investment. So us going in as a partnership felt a little bit safe. So we know that other people feel that way too.
Right. So let us know. We feel partnerships are our specialty right now because it's what we've done.
Yeah.
But we are more than happy to also take one woman and spoil her rotten with attention as well. So it's kind of like your oldest child who gets all the attention.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's what we really wanted to share with all of you today. It's a lot longer than I think we anticipated, but we did have several months to cover, and we wanted to also give an update, just a real, realistic view of how life has been with LulaRoe.
Yep. So we hope you enjoyed this and found it useful, and look back to seeing us next month.
Yeah, we'll be back soon. Have a good one. Ask questions.